Grandmacore is the cozy vintage trend your home needs in 2025. Step into a space that feels like a warm embrace from the past, where floral teacups and lace curtains tell stories of comfort and calm. In 2025, Grandmacore isn't just a trend, it's a homecoming. Whether you're in a city apartment or a country cottage, this style wraps you in layers of soft nostalgia and timeless charm. In this tutorial, I'll guide you through transforming your space into a cozy haven that blends vintage finds with heartfelt details. You'll learn to curate, craft, and cozy up your rooms with the charm of yesteryear, updated just enough to feel fresh in 2025. Let's get started. Intro: What is Grandmacore? Is all about embracing the old-fashioned comforts that once defined your grandmother's home, only now with a curated aesthetic edge. It's handmade doilies, floral teacups, warm woods, and everything that feels slow, loving, and lived in. You're not just decorating, you're storytelling. To get it right, balance is key. Mix vintage with new, soft with structured. And always choose items that spark memory or warmth. Grandmacore isn't about clutter, it's about curated comfort. Think of it like a living scrapbook that hugs you when you walk in. Pro tip: don't chase perfection, imperfections are what give Grandmacore its soul. Step 1. Start thrifting vintage finds. Begin your Grandmacore journey with the treasure hunt. Visit local thrift stores, flea markets, and estate sales with an open mind and a sharp eye. Look for well-loved furniture, delicate dishware, and cozy textiles that feel like they've lived a life. Don't worry if things don't match perfectly, that's part of the charm. The goal is to gather pieces that speak to you and bring warmth into your space. Trust your instinct and choose what feels nostalgic, soft, and inviting. Pro tip: always check the bottom shelves and back corners. Some of the best finds are hidden away. What to look for at thrift shops. Target items that instantly feel vintage: floral china, wood-framed mirrors, crocheted afghans, and needlepoint art. Old wooden furniture with rounded legs or ornate details is perfect for this look. Textiles like lace curtains, hand-embroidered linens, or even classic teapots can elevate your Grandmacore vibe. Remember, anything that looks like it came from your Nana's attic is fair game. Just give it a new home. Pro tip: if it feels soft, floral, or handmade, grab it. You can always repurpose or layer it later. patterns: florals, gingham, and lace. Patterns are the heartbeat of Grandmacore. Start with florals, especially tiny prints in faded tones like dusty rose, sage green, or butter yellow. Add a dash of gingham for kitchen linens or cushions, and drape lace over tabletops for instant charm. Don't be afraid to layer different prints. The secret is sticking to a warm, muted palette so it all feels soft and cohesive. Florals and lace can live together beautifully when colors blend instead of clash. Pro tip: balance busier patterns with solid neutrals like ivory, cream, or faded sage. Step 2. Cozy it up with textiles. Now it's time to layer the coziness. Drape crocheted blankets over your couch or bed, stack folded quilts in an open basket, and hang lace or floral curtains that filter the light softly. These touches create an instant feeling of warmth. Mix textures like cotton, wool, and crochet for depth. Even small touches like a doily on a nightstand or a ruffled pillow can change the vibe of a space. Think cozy but lived in. Pro tip: choose a signature blanket or textile and build the rest of the palette around it. Layering blankets like a pro. Layering blankets is an art in Grandmacore style. Start with a neutral or floral quilt as your base, then drape a chunky knit or crochet throw over the arm of your couch or foot of the bed. Folded layers create instant depth and warmth. Play with texture and pattern, but stick to a cohesive color palette to keep it visually calm. Tuck blankets in baskets, stack them on shelves, or hang them on a vintage ladder for a functional, cozy display. Pro tip: use odd numbers when layering. 3 folded blankets often look better than 2. Mix and match patterns for that nostalgic feel. Combining patterns brings life to Grandmacore spaces. Start with a dominant floral, then add a contrasting pattern like gingham or toile in small dozes, pillows, napkins, or tea towels. Keep base colors soft and vintage-inspired. To avoid overwhelm, limit your pattern types to 3: 1 bold, 1 soft, and 1 neutral. Layer these thoughtfully across your room for that well-loved, curated look that still feels calm. Pro tip: if it looks like something your grandmother would have sewn together, you're doing it right. Step 3. Set the mood with soft lighting. Lighting transforms a space faster than any other detail. Ditch bright overhead lights and embrace the soft, golden glow of table lamps, candles, and string lights. The goal is warmth, not brightness. Look for vintage-style lamps with fabric shades or ceramic bases. Layer your lighting by combining a few small sources rather than relying on one large one. This makes your home feel cozy and intentional. Pro tip: replace all your bulbs with soft white or amber LEDs for instant ambience. Lighting ideas for a vintage glow. Vintage glow means soft light with soul. Try wall sconces with warm bulbs, Edison-style string lights, or even a repurposed oil lamp base with a modern cord. The more character, the better. Use light to highlight sentimental pieces, frame a cozy corner with a glowing lamp, or place candles near books and trinkets. Let the shadows tell stories just as much as the light. Pro tip: add a dimmer switch to your favorite lamp. It gives you full mood control. Table lamps, overhead lights. Table lamps are your Grandmacore best friend. They provide intimate lighting and serve as vintage statement pieces. Look for floral ceramic bases or pleated fabric shades. Bonus if they look like they're from 1972. Place table lamps on side tables, dressers, and shelves, anywhere you want to create a cozy nook. Avoid bright white lights and choose bulbs labeled warm or soft white. That golden glow is key. Pro tip: swap out plain lampshades for lace-covered or scalloped ones for instant character. Step 4. Showcase sentimental pieces. Thrives on storytelling, and sentimental items are its heart. Display grandma's teacup, dad's old radio, or that hand-sewn apron from childhood. These aren't just decorations, they're memory anchors. Place meaningful items on open shelves, atop doilies, or inside vintage shadow boxes. Curate your space like a family museum, where love and nostalgia fill every corner. Pro tip: add a handwritten tag or tiny frame with a memory note next to heirlooms for extra heart. Heirlooms, handmade and heartfelt decor. Focus on decor that carries emotion: your mom's crocheted blanket, a childhood craft, a handmade quilt. Grandmacore is personal. Highlight these pieces in visible spots like mantelpieces, entryways, or tabletops. Mix in vintage frames with black and white photos, handwritten recipes, or embroidered wall hangings. These subtle touches create a home that feels uniquely yours, wrapped in history. Pro tip: group handmade items in odd numbers. 3s or 5s always create visual harmony. DIY tip: make your own doily or pillow. Crafting your own Grandmacore accents adds a personal touch. Try crocheting a doily using beginner-friendly yarn and a 4mm hook. For pillows, repurpose old floral shirts into patchwork cases with simple sewing techniques. If you're new to crafting, start small. A mini doily coaster or envelope-style pillow cover. Handmade pieces add a sense of care and tradition that's impossible to fake. Pro tip: use vintage thread or fabric from thrifted items for authentic charm with your DIYs. Step 5. Add florals and natural touches. Floral touches bring freshness to Grandmacore. Use dried bouquets, pressed flowers, or potted herbs for a lived-in garden feel. Arrange blooms in antique teapots, pitchers, or old jam jars. Rotate your florals with the seasons: daisies and lavender for spring, pine sprigs and berries for winter. It's an easy way to keep your home feeling in tune with nature and memory. Pro tip: layer florals with natural textures like wood, wicker, or linen for a grounded vintage balance. How to press flowers for decor. Pressing flowers is simple and adds romantic, vintage detail to your decor. Pick blooms at their freshest, place them between parchment paper, then press inside a heavy book for 1 to 2 weeks. Once pressed, arrange them in glass frames, inside journals, or use them to embellish cards and candle holders. They add that soft, delicate nostalgia Grandmacore thrives on. Pro tip: choose flowers with flat faces like pansies, violets, or ferns. They press more cleanly. Grandma's favorite books and radios. Add soul to your Grandmacore space with books and radios that feel like they belong in your grandma's living room. Stack vintage hardcovers with worn spines next to an old-fashioned AM/FM dial radio. Display them on wooden shelves or a lace-covered side table. Don't be afraid to actually use them. Tune into a classical station while flipping through a poetry book or an old gardening guide. These items don't just decorate, they create moments. Pro tip: mix in your own favorites with grandma's. Nostalgia and modern comfort can coexist. Putting it all together, the Grandmacore room reveal. Now it's time to bring all the elements together. Start with your textile base, layer in sentimental decor, add lighting and tuck florals in cozy corners. The room should feel like a warm memory you can walk into. Walk through your space. Can you see the stories? Can you feel the comfort? That's Grandmacore done right, where every piece has a past and every corner has a purpose. Pro tip: film your reveal with soft lighting and acoustic music for a truly cozy vibe online. Bonus: tips to keep it fresh and not cluttered. Loves layers, but too much can overwhelm. Choose quality over quantity. Don't display everything at once. Rotate decor seasonally to keep your space feeling light and intentional. Use trays, baskets, or tiered shelves to group small items and avoid clutter chaos. Open space can be just as cozy when balanced with the right textures and tones. Pro tip: follow the in-out rule. For every new piece you add, take one out or put it in rotation. Your home, your story, Grandmacore style isn't about perfection, it's about feeling. Let your home be a place where every corner tells a story of the people you love, the things you've made, and the quiet beauty of a lived-in life. There's no right or wrong. If it makes you feel comforted, nostalgic, and rooted, then you're doing Grandmacore your way. That's the magic, your story, your space. Pro tip: write your own mini decor journal to document where each piece came from and why it matters. Subscribe for more cozy DIY magic. Thanks for joining me on this Grandmacore journey. If this cozy aesthetic made you smile, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. There's plenty more DIY vintage finds and heartwarming ideas coming your way. Let's keep building spaces that feel like warm hugs. Until next time, stay cozy, stay creative, and remember, it's the little things that make a house a home. Pro tip: set your notifications to all so you never miss a cozy drop.
We hope you found these ideas inspiring and helpful. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so share your ideas in the comments below. And make sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos.
See you next time.